Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, in an interesting turn of events, the new Tesla Model Y Juniper refresh vehicle, of course, the launch series, though, is now available in inventory. And there is a little bit of an interesting workaround if you want to find some of these vehicles and take delivery today. So we're going to talk about that plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro really quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And if you got a quick question, you want to ask me a question, you can send me a direct message at my Patreon link down below in the description. And today's live stream is partnered with Mint Mobile. We could save money on your mobile phone plan for as low as $15 a month, but more on that later. And so shout out to Pro Savage from our Discord group for finding this last night and spotting this and posting it in our secret Discord group down below in the description. But Tesla has added the brand new Tesla Model Y into inventory for immediate delivery. So you can peruse around, you can take a look at launch series Model Ys and take delivery today or in these next few days or even by the end of the month. So this is a huge indicator that there's not that much demand for the launch series as we might have guessed, as we might have assumed, because it is a marked up vehicle with all the different options, full self-driving, acceleration boost, and so certainly this is a great sign, fantastic sign for a ton of you out there, because I know a lot of you are waiting for the non-launch, the normal $45,000 to $40,000 Tesla Model Y, which could be getting announced very, very soon. So I'll show you how to find this. It can actually be found at the bottom of the Model Y launch ordering page. And these are two of the areas where we confirmed it, but I imagine this is all over the place. So this is how you actually find it. Go ahead and pick your Tesla Model Y, go to the build your Model Y page. And of course, if you're looking to be ordering a Tesla Model Y or any Tesla vehicle, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code just like the one down below in the description so you can save up to $1,000 off of your Tesla vehicle. But here is the key part of this. You can build it however you like, but what you're going to do is when you scroll all the way to the bottom here, you'll see that it says inventory Tesla Model Ys available now. It even says explore reduced pricing, which is not the case at all because none of these are going to be reduced. If you click this open, you will start to see inventory Tesla Model Y launch series that you could pick and choose and take delivery of today, tomorrow, or even this week. So it does appear that, there is a lack of a demand for the Model Y launch series, which makes sense because it is a marked up. You have to pay that full self-driving $8,000, the acceleration boost $2,000, plus a little bit more for all these other things. And so this is a fantastic sign that I bet Tesla is going to continue with this launch series all the way until the end of this month, and we will definitely see a non-launch Model Y Juniper starting for orders next month. I could easily see Tesla to continue trying to do launch series for the next month or so, but I bet Tesla opens up orders for the new non-launch Juniper with deliveries like in May, and I bet they do the same thing where they set something that they're going to deliver in May, but it's actually going to be kicking around at the end of April or even like early May type of time frame. I really feel like that's going to be the case here. That's my prediction. That's what I'm sticking to. And as we get more information with like the delivery dates and also more importantly, the earnings call that's going to be happening in April, which could be like April 15th, April 22nd. Once that gets announced, I feel like I'll have a better indication on when we'll get a non-launch announcement for the Model Y Juniper in the next month. And I bet if I was a betting man, I'm going to put it on the first 2 weeks of April for a non-launch, non-marked up, and that could be anywhere from like $40,000 to the rear-wheel drive to like $45,000 for the all-wheel drive as a base starting price before taxes, fees, and everything. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. I know a lot of you out there have a lot of interest in the non-launch version. There's a lot of demand because you don't want to pay for that full self-driving or whatever, or the acceleration boost. But Inside EVs posted this: after 2.4 million units sold since launch, the Model Y gets a much needed upgrade. It seems like all the reviews, I mean, even the one we are driving right now, it is fantastic in terms of comfortability, the driving, the handling, everything. The build quality is what impresses me the most. But now it faces its most difficult year yet, and it seems like there's one of, a hater in the comments in the live stream as well, but it has a Elon problem. And yeah, I mean, I can agree on some levels though at the end of the day that there's a different dynamics in the marketplace right now, but certainly different buyers are coming into the space as well, but there's also different buyers that are leaving as well. Here's another post from Electric. Tesla can deliver a new Model Y order today in the US, pointing to low demand of the refresh and pointing to how you can take delivery of a launch series. But this is good timing. You got to give Tesla credit here because the older Model Y, yesterday we talked about a Model Y Performance that was $35,000 brand new and is almost completely sold out at this point. Taking a look at Model Y inventory, you can see 42 Model Ys posted on the website. I imagine our deal spreadsheet where we keep track of down below in the description of all the best Model Y and Model 3 deals. These are probably all sold out at this point. And even if we take a look at our only used price tracking Tesla website that we collaborated with, Only Used Tesla, I bet all these massive discounts like the $7,000 to $8,000 ones are also going to be disappearing as well. But actually, no, look at this. It seems like there's a couple more Model Y Performances that are still in stock, still in delivery, that you can take delivery of for $8,000 to $9,000 off, which is super nice for sure. But certainly very interesting stuff in case you want a launch series. In case you're worried about this like $7,500 federal tax credit disappearing, that's kind of why we went ahead and purchased the launch series ASAP, because we just don't know what's going to be happening with the $7,500 federal tax credit, and it still could disappear by the end of the year. But at like seeming like this point, I would say, that was certainly a hot topic of the $7,500 disappearing like a few months ago, but it seems like it's calmed down and there really hasn't been any activity from what we've seen with like the bill being reintroduced or getting through to actually passing. So maybe that's not going to be happening within the first 100 days of Trump's presidency and everything like that. But in other news, there was an interesting article posted by Motor Trend on upfits or unplugged performance police vehicles with the Model Y and how they're in the South Pasadena area and how they have been getting rave reviews from the police department and also Motor Trend reviews as well. And so very cool to see all these different things and how like the Model Y is actually more bulletproof when you add on the protective shield versus like some of those other Tesla vehicles. So really cool to see. And it kind of makes sense. It aligns with all these different things that we know as Tesla owners, that Tesla vehicles are fantastic daily drivers, and how you can leave AC running all the time and you're just using the battery instead of gas, and it's like basically a refrigerator, and how your interior keeps very cool at the end of the day. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. If you're going to be buying a Tesla Model Y or any Tesla vehicle, don't forget to check out our partner 3W Liners down below so you can get your set of all-weather floor mats, because this does not come with your Tesla vehicle. 3W Liners is our favorite all-weather floor mats at the moment. We've got them in our Model 3, Model X, and also Cybertruck and Model Y as well. And if you use our promo code down below, code Dennis, you can actually save 25% off, which is much better than the 20%, which makes this like almost way better price versus like the OEM floor mats and other ones out there. And I've tried all the different floor mats out there, and so certainly 3W Liners is my favorite at the moment. So definitely check out 3W Liners down below in the description. And thank you to 3W Liners for partnering with us on this video and a bunch of other videos. But let me know, are you interested in a Model Y launch series? At this point, it's like if you wanted to be first, then of course you probably would have ordered it. But I bet now a lot of people, probably in the people that are in the ordering waiting room for the Model Y launch series, I bet they might convert, especially if we're this close to a non-launch coming out. But hey, when do you think it's coming out, if you're going to be getting it? And also, are you just going to be holding off, or are you someone in the camp that even if the Model Y non-launch comes out, you still want a good finance offer, like a 0 to 3% offer, which we could easily see by the end of this year if things continue to go on the same path for Tesla vehicles. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. So you've been shopping for a Tesla recently, but the monthly payment has probably got you rethinking your budget. Instead of sacrificing and cutting back on a brand new Tesla and getting your dream car, why not save on your monthly phone bill? And that's where our partner Mint Mobile comes into play here. We've also been thinking about getting a new Tesla, and constantly I like looking at our bills, monthly subscriptions, trying to see where we can cut back. Things like Netflix, YouTube Premium, and much more. And that's where I've been able to save on my monthly phone plan by going to Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month, and you can get high-speed data and unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. You can bring your own phone along with your current number and existing contacts. It's really easy to switch service thanks to digital eSIM cards, which most of you now have. You can sign up and activate immediately right on your phone from the comfort of your home. If your phone doesn't have an eSIM, Mint will ship you a new SIM card for free, and it only takes 15 minutes. As you guys know, we've been traveling a lot pretty recently, so using Mint Mobile's mobile hotspot with our laptop has been pretty crucial and a game changer. So if you want to save money without the sacrifice, go to trymintmobile.com/DennisCW, also linked in the description, to get premium wireless starting at $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. Thank you to Mint Mobile for partnering with us, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks for that, MWD. Thanks for coming in, and thanks for all the engagement in the comments. Rob, great to see you. Chris, JG, thanks for coming in. Yenland, who else? Shanil Singh, thanks for coming in as well. And Randall, thanks for coming in. Hey, Dennis, I want to thank you all for your help. I took delivery of a 2025 Model 3 this past Saturday. I used a referral and got the 3W floor mats as recommended. I love it. Congrats, Randall. And also thank you for being a Patreon member, and congrats on purchasing your first Tesla. Jerk, thoughts on 3D Mats USA? So I actually used to have 3D Mats USA floor mats, and I thought they were the best, but now I've completely changed once I've got a set of 3W liner mats, because 3W liner has like a hybrid mat, which is like carpet and all weather, and you can remove the carpet if you don't want that. And so I'm actually a fan of the 3W liner. I've actually tried all of them. I used to have tons of like the Amazon sets. There's videos on the channel about all these different floor mat reviews and everything. And I got to say, having tried probably like 50 floor mats, 3W liners is my favorite at the moment. So definitely check out 3W liners down below in the description. Model X versus Model X Y launch, which has more value? Well, Model X is going to drop like a rock because there's going to be a refresh coming out very soon. It could be a Model S refresh first, and then it could trickle to the Model X refresh. And I'm pretty excited for that Model X refresh later this year. And I'll get to all the other live stream comments after this next topic. In this next topic, a quick update for the Tesla Cybertruck. There's a brand new update that's coming down the line. And the first thing I wasn't actually impressed about, like the suspension adaptation with like being able to change the suspension within the app. Like some people are getting excited for that, but this I was actually excited for. The Cybertruck steer-by-wire system now gives you more realistic feedback, adapting to different road surfaces for a better experience in the new update 2025.8.4. Because I gotta say, I mean, if there's a lot of Cybertruck haters out there, and of course the Cybertruck, you know, it definitely is a different looking vehicle. Some say ugly, some say polarizing, but once you actually drive the Cybertruck, you'll start to understand why a lot of people are getting very excited over this Cybertruck, and that is because it has steer-by-wire. There are other vehicles that have steer-by-wire, but just not a lot of them, maybe like 3 or 4 or 5 of them. But once you experience steer-by-wire, you do not want to have any other big vehicle without that technology. And so certainly, you know, that's why I feel like we're always going to be keeping a Cybertruck, because of how nice it actually drives. So really cool to see updates with the system, and I can't wait to actually try it. Of course, as a reminder right now, there still is 1.99% financing for the Tesla Cybertruck. And if you use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, you get an extra $1,000 off of it. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. What do you think it'll be in 2 years? Were you talking to the other guy? What do you mean 2 years? Did I say 2 years? Haters gonna hate. Yeah, haters gonna hate. It's okay at this point. X5, way more expensive. Yeah, and also the repair bills, maintenance bills, because you know, I used to love BMWs and I used to drive BMWs, but there's one reason I always least my BMWs because because I had one BMW where it was used, it had like 80,000 miles on it, and it was like falling apart. And so I learned my lesson with that one. Zero Model Y is within 200 miles of Los Angeles. I think I saw one a couple minutes ago, but it was, of course, a performance and it probably went away like that. And so it really does feel like when you get $8,000 to $9,000 off, stack it with a Tesla referral code for another $500 off, you can really get some nice discounts out there on a Tesla vehicle. Not when you factor in the looked for a Model Y performance today, not a yen lard yet. It seems like inventory is flying quick. So it's going to be going to one of those times where you got to be refreshing inventory for the Tesla Model Y because it could pop up as soon as possible and disappear very, very quickly. More Model Y inventory in Washington. Nice, saying good. Thank you for the alert there. Let's see who else here. Steven, should I wait for the 3W line to make Juniper mats? Dedicated, yes. I've been talking to them because they're going to send us a set, of course, ASAP. And so, yeah, I would say wait for it at this point until they get a set. Unless you need something ASAP, then, of course, there's plenty of other ones out there as well that well, actually, you won't get cheaper because 3W liners, they're going to send me a set ASAP, and then, of course, we'll review them and show you the fitment and everything. Sawyer just took delivery of a Model Y a month ago. Wife wants a Tesla now. Should we get another Model Y or Model X? We have 3 little ones. To be honest, Sawyer, Model X could work, especially if you get like the captain chair Model X, like 2 baby seats in the middle plus 1 in the back. But I mean, with that many kids, like I know you want to stay Tesla, but I would almost say try and find something a little bigger with 3 kids like that. Maybe a Rivian. It's not that much bigger, but still is a little bit. I mean, maybe go try and go to your local Tesla store, ask them for a Model X and see if they'll let you take that Model X for an overnight test drive, which I'm sure they definitely will, and then see if it could fit in your lifestyle. But I want to say with that many kids, it could be a little tight, and that's just my honest recommendation on that. But I certainly understand it's very hard to leave the Tesla ecosphere as well because of all the different syncs of the applications and everything. But I mean, sometimes you got to do what's best for your family, right? At the end of the day. In this next topic, quick topic for the Canada market because it is not looking good for Canada. And MDW is going to love that we're going to be talking about this. But Canada has freezes $43 million in Tesla EV rebates, bans future eligibility over tariff disputes. I mean, yes, $43 million sounds like a lot. I mean, it definitely is a lot. And probably the Tesla Canada folks, or the people that are working over there, or at least the people in the US working with that the side of that house is working, they're probably freaking out a little bit because $43 million in revenue is nothing to sneeze at. And so the Canada government has frozen $43 million in electric vehicle rebate payments owed to Tesla and declared the automaker ineligible for all future IZEV incentives for zero emission vehicle programs, citing a combination of trade tensions and concerns over potential misuse of the program. And so very, very interesting headline for sure. And so I know there was someone, I think Glass Films, he was always coming in and talking about buying a Tesla in Canada. And I mean, if this is going to have some compounding effects for the Canada market, and I could easily see, I mean, $43 million it's a ton of money, and hopefully they figure something out and work to resolve this. But I mean, this is probably part of a bigger issue that's happening right now with Canada, the US, and other countries for tariffs. So, but very interesting. Let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. If you are someone trying to buy a Tesla in Canada, it's going to get a little bit harder, I feel, for sure. Not a peep from Canada about Chinese tariffs. Huh. All legacy Model Y inventory is in Canada. MD, interesting. So I guess they can't move those vehicles back over here, right? How about zero tariffs on both sides? Just get a river tariffs, Canada. Yeah, Dizzy Dean. I guess we're not an expert on that. With zip code 17602 last night, I checked there was 15 to 16 Model Ys. Now there's 6 left, really selling fast. Yeah, Patel, it seems like inventory is flying off of the shelves. And I mean, now you're going to be running into a point here. I mean, I guess the people that are looking to buy a $8,000 to $9,000 Tesla Model Y, they're not going to be buying a fully loaded Model Y launch series. So I guess it's not the same type of customer at the end of the day. Robert, I will wait for the non-launch Model Y at this point, maybe a little longer if incentive stays active and waits for a better APR, then make the purchase. Robert, I think that seems to be the case, and that might not be too long. I mean, Tesla China, like a month, 2 months after they release their Model Y, they're already running incentives, 0% and everything. So it might not be long for the US. If I was looking optimistically, if launch ends and non launch starts in April, May with deliveries, we might see some potential incentives in June, but I'm not sure that could be the case because there is a lot of demand for the new Model Y non-launch. I know a lot of you, I mean, put a one in the chat, put a one or press one in the chat if you're waiting for a non-launch Model Y. And I bet it's a good amount of you that are waiting for a non-launch cheaper $40,000 to $45,000, maybe even lower, $35,000 to $37,000 with tax credit if it's still around for the new Model Y that's out there. But more than likely, if I were to like predict what the next 6 months, 9 months is going to be, I bet we see some sort of incentive at the latest by September, like August, September for the new Model Y. And then definitely 1000%, like I could guarantee and bet a lot of money on this, we're going to see some sort of incentive, whether it's like a $500, $1,000 discount or some sort of incentive, free supercharging for the Model Y by Q4, which is going to be November. So if you can wait that long, then that might be worth it. And maybe we should have waited, but I just like shiny new things and brand new vehicles. So I get tempted a lot. Zero Model Ys in Texas. Yeah, it's very interesting to see inventory just fly off. And it definitely surprised me. I definitely thought there was going to be some sort of finance offer, 0 to 3% for financing. And I guess they just didn't need that at all. And so maybe that speaks to the newer buyer that's coming into the space that is trying to buy Tesla. The Minkov family, thanks for coming in. Financially, is it better to lease and buy in the end, or finance with current deals going on and 7,500 credit? So Minkov, actually, when you lease, you also still get the 7,500 tax credit. It's just itemized on the lease. That's how you get some crazy payments like $200 to $300 a month for a Model 3 or potentially even a Model Y. But really, it depends on the interest rate. And so if you take a look at our deal spreadsheet down below in the description on page 3, we track all the different lease interest rates for the vehicles. And these are as low as when you're leasing a vehicle. So like for instance, if you find a Model Y rear-wheel drive, the older one, if there's any in inventory, the interest rate is 1.42%. So in this case, it actually might be more beneficial to lease it for the 3 years, pay that 1.42% versus paying the 5.84% that the financing is at the moment. But if you're looking like Model 3, with Model 3 being 0% for financing, it's 1000% going to be better to be financing it at 0%. But it kind of depends on how long you own these vehicles and depreciation and everything. Saw on inventory Juniper on the Tesla site, Irving Chino zip code. Yes, yeah. Here's the quick tip in case you just jumped in, you're wondering where you can see some Model Y Juniper inventory. If you go to the Tesla Model Y launch series ordering page, scroll all the way down to the bottom, you're going to click this right here, this inventory Model Y available. Click it and it will show you inventory Tesla Model Y launch series that you can buy today, tomorrow, this week. And of course, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description. It doesn't give you a discount, but it does give us credit. And so thank you to everybody that's used our Tesla referral code in the past and in the future. Irvine. Okay, that's what I thought. Irvine, Dizzy Dean. That makes sense. I'll be the first to order a non-launch Juniper as long as it hits the website. Pandemonium, yeah, 100%. I think a lot of you out there are going to be wanting to be ordering that Model Y non-launch Juniper. In this next topic, there's a sneak peek. Here is a sneak peek from Rivian's CEO RJ showed a picture of the R2 being produced on the factory line. RJ just shared photos of the Rivian R2 getting its E-coat and hinted at that launch green will be making a comeback. You can see here from the actual photo, it seems like it's being produced from the production line and being dipped in E-coat, and sees that maybe it kind of looks like launch green actually. And so I can't wait for this vehicle. And maybe this is going to be one of those things where they said it's going to be 2026, but maybe it's one of those over promise or under promise, over deliver. And maybe we get a Rivian R2 by the end of this year. That would be crazy to see R2 versus Model Y versus whatever, because I really feel like this is a competitor, a straight line competitor versus the Model Y. And I know a lot of you out there are waiting for a Model Y non-launch, but I mean, if Rivian R2 comes out right around that same time. I bet a lot of you are going to be considering that vehicle as well. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let us know what your thoughts are. Are you guys comparing the R2 versus the Model Y? Carl, I picked up a Model Y launch edition yesterday. This will be our first electric vehicle. Nice, Carl. Enjoy it. Congrats. And of course, now this is the second most exciting part, which is accessories. So definitely check out our accessory recommendations down below. I think my top one at the moment is anything from Jawa. You're going to need a phone mount. You're going to need a lot more. And they've already got a bunch of accessories that have confirmed to fit. So definitely check out Jawa's catalog. And thank you to Jawa for partnering with us. And of course, use our promo code to support the channel and save money as well. This is my top accessory that maybe even over floor mats. I mean, floor mats is good, but so is a foam mount. I mean, I definitely use the foam mount 100% of the time when I'm getting it, but I guess so do I also use floor mats 100% of the time. Pablo, could leasing prices for the Model Y Juniper be affordable, similar to the Model 3? Yes, but it's going to be a bit. I bet that's going to take all the way till September, December, because if you look at the Model Y launch series lease, it's like 10%. And I bet when it actually launches for the non-launch, it's still going to be like 6 to 9%. Just like how the Cybertruck lease right now is still 9 to 10%. They're not subsidizing that at all. Bobby, I don't see any inventory within 200 miles, Bobby, for the new Model Y launch series. So I guess it depends on zip code and other things like that. I need an update on 7-seater new Model Y VNV. That's going to be later this year. They've confirmed 7-seaters coming out and performance is coming out. But I feel like that's going to be like a September to December type of time frame. Edson, great to see you. I got two thumbs today. I got 2 thumbs up today in the Cybertruck. Kind of nice coming from the usual 4 middle fingers a day. Well, look at that. You got like a full hand of fingers today, or a full hand of fingers in the past month, give or take. But 2 thumbs up, nice. Yeah, I mean, that's good. The good old Tesla wave. Yeah, I think I saw an accessory somewhere someone like molded a hand and put it on the back of their Tesla. It's a very interesting time out there. We'll give it that at the end of the day. With no self-driving, nothing else makes sense. Victor Chavez, I completely agree. Now that I've got full self-driving on the Cybertruck and the Model Y and the Model 3 Performance, it's like, it's tough to drive anything else without it. Once you get used to it, it's literally like getting used to an iPhone. And I feel like just like how you get used to an iPhone and an Android, at this point, you can't go back to anything else. When will they release the non-launch? Patel, I think next month, maybe in the first 2 weeks of next month is my guess. In this next topic, Starlink just announced a new satellite where they're going to be releasing a new Starlink dish that you can get up to speeds of 1 gigabyte, maybe even download. SpaceX is developing a new Starlink dish that will offer gigabyte internet to customers, a huge boost from 200 megabytes currently. We don't know when this actually could be, but this is going to be labeled the V3 Starlink satellites on Starship to deliver those speeds. And so really cool because we've got a Starlink Mini, and actually you can get a 1 month free of Starlink if you use our Starlink referral code down below in the description. But now I'm like waiting, like, shoot, should I just have waited for 1 gigabyte? Because that would be awesome to have that type of speeds from a Starlink Mini or a Starlink dish for whichever. But at the end of the day, that most likely will be like a download type of speed and not an upload. But I feel like we need more upload. But still, really cool to see, and cool to see that they are pushing to try and get gigabyte in the area for if you have a Starlink. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. Gaussian, ordered a Model Y, pick up Saturday afternoon in North Carolina. Nice, Gaussian Exchange. Congrats. Andrew, we know that we have to take the Model 3 delivery by the end of the month to take advantage of the 0% deal. What about the 0 down 0.99 APR deal? Ooh, that's a great question. I want to say everything ends at the end, but I mean, I think it all ends at the same time. So you would definitely still need to take advantage or take delivery by the end of the month to get that 0% offer as well. But thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button in the comments and everything. Now that you've ordered your brand new Tesla Model Y Juniper, it's time to take it to the next level. That's where our partner Jawa comes into play here. Jawa has everything you need from phone mounts, mobile connectors, center consoles that I highly recommend to fit the new Model Y and every Tesla vehicle out there. And on top of that, you can use our promo code down below in the description to save even more money. And the best part is there's free shipping if you reach over a certain limit. My top 3 accessories that I recommend is a phone mount. It's super crucial that can charge your phone. A center console is highly recommended as well because a Tesla does not come with it at all. And my newest favorite accessory is the invisible under-mount sunglass holder area storage area that also has a camera mount as well. So why wait for Tesla to make these accessories? Get yours now at Jawa, link down below in the description, and save some money and support the channel while you're at it. Thank you to Jawa for partnering with us, and let's get on to the next video.